All right. Okay, so we're continuing our interview here with candidate Rick Durbin. I'm Anastasia Dickey with the Sentinel NIC. I'd like to know what you think makes you more qualified than your opponent.
Good question. So, being an NIC, well, growing up in North Idaho, graduated from Post Falls High School in 1989, went to NIC, graduated from NIC, went on to University of Idaho for my bachelor's and my master's degree. So really, it's the passion not only for education, but for our local community and the college. I just couldn't fathom North Idaho being without NIC. And from a longevity standpoint, my opponent, who is a very nice gentleman, just recently moved up here a few years back. And so I'm not sure that he has the affiliation. I'll use my redneck terminology. I don't know if he has any skin in the game. How's that?
All right, fair enough. Now, should you be elected, what do you think the most difficult part of the job will be?
I think the most difficult part of the job will be procedural. So following the procedure of the board and making sure that we're staying within those lanes, if that makes sense. And I think that will come over time and training, so yeah.
What do you think would be the most rewarding part of the job?
Getting away from the accreditation challenge and moving on without issue. So yeah, the most rewarding is just to see the continuation of NIC, giving students the opportunity to come and grow their intellectual development and stay or go on to the next level. So yeah.
Here's a doozy. Why should anyone not vote for you?
That's a great question. They're insane. I mean, I think it's really important, hopefully, that people will recognize that this is truly a selfless act. So I'm here to serve NIC, and honestly, I couldn't think of any reason why someone would not vote for me unless they don't do their due diligence. And if they don't do their due diligence and they assume that the voting card that they get in the mail from the opposition is the word of God, then unfortunately that's going to be the choice that they're going to make. But from a qualification standpoint, from the true perspective of we are here, or I am here, to make sure that we can work together holistically and make sure that NIC continues, I couldn't imagine any reason why anyone would not want to vote for me. I'm short. I mean, maybe that's
How will you help prevent things like the whole presidential issues and the lawsuit situations from happening again in the future?
So that is very, very simple, and that is simply to recognize the responsibility of the board and staying within those guidelines. And I think that's one of the mistakes that they made. Not being fiscally responsible, of course, by hiring two presidents, and not recognizing that they weren't following guidelines when they made those decisions. To me, it's not rocket science. It's black and white. It's not personal. It is just a matter of recognizing what authority you have and staying within those guidelines. So yeah.
What would you say makes your trio strong?
Great question. So cumulatively, from a longevity in the community, the other trio altogether does not equal one of our longevity. So Eva's lived her entire life. My dad moved here in 1972 when I was 2 years old, and Mary's been here for over 40 years. And I think that that in itself, once again, it goes back to a selfless act. We're here to retain and grow, not for any other reason. And when asked, we haven't been able to get a clear answer from the other side, so we have skin in the game.
What is your biggest fear should the opposition win?
Losing NIC. Yeah, that is my biggest fear.
That's a pretty practical fear.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
And that's really the only reason why I am running is because, I've heard a quote of the silent majority. This just, it's been happening, but it hasn't been real. And all of a sudden, it's serious.
Mm-hmm.
And the silent majority being people that have been here for a long time, but haven't stepped up. And it requires us to step up to make sure that we are serving our community and the college, so, yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to add for any potential viewers or readers of the Sentinel?
Respectfully request that they vote if they're eligible, yeah.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, thank you so much for meeting with me,
Yep.
and good luck with the election.
Thank you.
And thank you for being willing to donate your time towards the community and towards NIC.
Absolutely. Wouldn't have it any other way.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.